So decreasing the time to activation would drastically increase the likelihood that you continue to achieve things further on in the future. What I mean by time to activation is like quick wins. So it's been proven so many times for things like weight loss. If you see a significant decrease in weight very rapidly, you are more likely to continue with a diet and see long-term weight loss because of that initial, you try something, you have a positive outcome, and that positively reinforces the input, and so you do more of it. And so this will happen drastically in business and pretty much in anything that you want to learn. If you want to have something for the long haul, get a quick win. And the reason I'm talking about this today is, of course, it's really important for our business with students and getting people quick wins and making them feel good. But I also think it's a really nice feature for you to give to other people. So today I went to play golf with one of the head of our fulfillment within the company. He'd never played before and always wanted to, and was really grateful to have someone who was willing to effectively be the stepping stone for him into the space. Because especially something like golf, which can feel quite mystical and magical, and they make it seem that you could only start if you have all of the equipment, you have your own set of clubs, your special shoes, you're a member of this really expensive posh place, and you've also had to have had, you know, years of lessons in the driving range before you can even step foot on a golf course, which just is not true. At the end of the day, the whole game of golf is boiled down to stick, ball is here, the pin, the flag over there, get this ball in that hole with as few hits as possible. That's it. And that is all you need for someone to win, to have a go. And one of the big benefits about this is if you keep things simple, people have beginner's luck because they are just focusing on the basics of, right, what's the fundamental thing that has to be done here? And so the same thing happens quite often when people start a new job, play a new sport, or anything like that. They're just going for the objective and nothing else. They're not worrying about their technique, they're not worrying about what they look like, they're not worrying about, I don't know, this spin or that spin, or like this golf club, or am I taking a full swing, or anything like that. It's just, I'll use the same club for the entire hole and I'll just swing less hard. And like, yeah, you could do that. Like, I guarantee if you went round a golf course with Tiger Woods, right, and he had an umbrella, so a little curved handle at the end of the stick, he'd beat you if you had a full set of clubs. And that was the only thing he could use. Almost certainly, right? Which proves the point of, like, having all of the gear, having the processes in place. So much of it doesn't matter. Now, if you want to be the very best, if you want sustainable growth in a company, you need those systems and processes because it helps you pass things off and delegate tasks. And like the analogy here for golf, at least from what I understand, and I'm not a great golf player, is that the reason you have so many different irons is so that you can do exactly the same swing and just change which club you use to change the distance the ball goes. And like, if you go up or down a club number, it increases or decreases how far the ball goes by 10 yards. And so you should do the maths. Okay, I'm stood here, I normally hit with, say, a 7, 130 yards, so if I want to go 140 yards, I'll use a 6. If I want to go 150 yards, I'll use a 5. And that's it. Like, that's how the game works, like, super easy and simple. And that's a great way to play it, but like, you can go even simpler than that, than just, well, I see how far away it is, I guess I'll do a half a swing. That's it. And what was brilliant is one of my employees came with us, Rich, and he'd never hit a golf ball or swung a golf club in his life, and his first ever hole, he got a bogey. Got one above par. Just by put ball in hole, that was it. And it's really, it removes such a sense of dread or fear or barrier to entry when you simplify all of this down into, well, what's the main objective? Okay, in the hole. All right, I'll give it a shot. And I think this is one of the secrets as to why I'm so confident at trying new things, because I'm like, what's the objective? Okay, very simply, how do you do it? Okay, do I have the ability to swing a thing, hit a thing at the end and get it over there? Yeah, I've done that. I've done that with tennis, with paddle, with hockey, with cricket. I'm pretty good at swinging a bat. So yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine. And that's how I play golf. Like, I'm not very good, but I can hit the ball straight. What more do you need? And the answer is a lot more if you want to be the best in the world. But if you want to have fun and access to a new thing, that's all you need. And so if you are getting into something like sales or like a new sport or a new activity, what's the basic objective? And I think having a simple framework, like we use the closer framework for our calls, but just knowing that, help them make a decision. If they make an excuse as to why not, but they do want the thing, the service you're selling, that's amazing, then help them problem solve. That's objection handling. Help them find solutions to the thing they currently think is getting in the way. And that's it. And I think you'll have a lot more success. And I think this is one of the reasons why when we have salespeople start, they start off with beginner's luck. And then they start thinking about it and they start trying to improve, and then they dip down, and then it takes a really long time for them to actually learn the skills and become better than what they were doing at the first, which was just reading the script. If you read the script that has been well crafted by someone who knows what they're doing, it works. But to be able to freestyle it without that requires a lot of skill. And I think that's where people then end up struggling, and whether you love or hate it will come from that transition period. And you learning the new skills and applying it. So that's my thoughts for today. So if you ever want to try out something new, or you've got someone with you who's trying something new, I think the friendliest thing you can do to them is make it as simple as possible. Simplify whatever the task is, the objective, down to the fewest number of tasks or checkpoints or objectives, so that they've only got 1 or 2, 3 things to think about, and they're just going, right, that's the only thing you need to do. So like in paddle, for example, lots of people play tennis. In paddle, I break it down to, the rules just boil down to, it has to land on their side of the court after you hit it, before hitting anything else. Like tennis, either it's in or out, same thing. Okay? And if you're not sure when it's coming on your side, just go for everything. Because then, if it's still out, we'll tell you, great, but if it's not, you've gone for it anyway. Ta-da! Makes it nice and simple. And so, this is a really, really nice way that I like to simplify things and make it inclusive for other people, and get people quick wins and make them excited about having such a really nice time. There you go. There are my thoughts for the day. Have a great one, guys. Lots of love. Peace.